let's talk about some Hallmark movies. I got my Christmas sweater on, y'all. I'm so hyped. You don't understand. Who am I? First of all, I'm Dara, and I'm a lover and nerder. I'm just coining that phrase now. Of all things Hallmark movies, whether it's Christmas movies, their winter specials, their spring specials, their summer specials, their fall specials. I am here for it all. And I'm going to be here to review it all for you. Y'all, countdown to Christmas started. Let me grab my tea. Because we're going to have a sip and chat. You heard me? Cheers. Yo, this is juniper mint and honey tea. It's so good. Every sip just reminds me of how awesome this tea is. So, Hallmark, how you doing? I love you guys. Dear Hallmark, you presented us this weekend with 2 movies. Jingle Bell Bride, starring Julie Gonzalo and Roddy Rowe Jr., and Chateau Christmas, featuring Merritt, Patterson, and Luke McFarlane. Let's get into it. So, first feature presentation, Jingle Bell Bride. I have to put this down because I need both hands. Okay. Julie Gonzalo played Jessica Perez. I love the Hispanic representation, 2 points. Who's an event planner in New York City. She's the planner for the stars, and so she's planning a celebrity wedding. And this one, in which the bride is requesting a specific flower called the Jingle Bell flower. Unbeknownst to Jessica, the only place that this Jingle Bell flower ends up residing is in 2 points. Topeka, Alaska. So she ends up having to hightail it to Topeka, Alaska, where she meets who? Roddy Rowe Jr., also known as Matt in the movie. And again, boom, tension, because you got a city slicker, you got the small town charm, you got the hustle and bustle, you got Charlie Brown, just kind of like, chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool. I don't know if he's shooting b-ball outside the school, but we'll see. So I loved the contrast of their characters. But here's where my conflict comes in, because it was the ending for the movie, guys. So, okay, here's what happens. Jessica is there, you know what I'm saying? She gets the flower. She misses her flight because they get stuck in the snow. So the next flight's supposed to be the next day. She goes out the next day, and guess what? The plane is under maintenance. It's going to take 3 days. And of course, it's only a town of 112 people, so there's only 1 plane, 2 pilots. What are you going to do? She's going to attend Topesa's Jingle Bell Festival. And I'm a sucker for small town Christmas festival, you know. I love it. I love them. Coming from a big city myself, I'm very much attracted to small town charm, so Hallmark, you got me again, but I feel like they'll get us every time because there's always going to be small town charm in any movie that Hallmark presents us. So, needless to say, Jessica discovers a small town charm that is Topeka, and Matt's family. She ends up living with them because, of course, there's no hotel in this town. There's no inn, no motel, no bed and breakfast, nothing. So she gets to know Matt well, she gets to know his family well, and something is building. Who's that creeping in my window? Theta knew. So here's where it fell short. As they were building, when we get to the end, it kind of just all came down. And I think it was because of what Matt said that kind of like was just like, that's what you're gonna say to try to get her? Like, really? I just didn't dig it. There were no shovels to dig with. You know what I'm saying? And so, I have to give it 2 stars, 2 crowns. And I don't even know what that means because I don't even have a solidified rating system. But I just feel in my Christmas soul that 2 crowns is appropriate for this movie. There was this really cool scene where Jessica, so they're trying, what's his name? Matt is trying on the bouton, like to see what the Jingle Bell flower looks like as a boutonniere. So he comes out in a suit. Jessica wasn't ready for the game. And I love how she played the mess out of this part. I think that was real. The way she looked at him, I was like, bingo. That was what I was wanting. that I feel like I was deprived of throughout the whole movie. So, yes, Jingle Bell Bride, I have to give 2 crowns. From my understanding, it is still available to stream on Hallmark's website. So by all means, if and when you watch this, see if it's still streaming on their platform, on their website. So that was Saturday night's movie. Sunday night's movie, we have Chateau Christmas, which features Merritt Patterson, who plays Margot Hammond, a critically acclaimed pianist in Colorado, who was at home to do a series of Christmas concerts. And it ends up kind of falling through, literally, because the venue in which she was to play in goes through a bunch of electrical problems, leaks in the building, so on, so forth. So she ends up joining her family at the chateau, hence the title of the movie, which is the beauty. It's a gorgeous hotel. My goodness, if that really, I'm all down for a chateau, a chalet. I love it all. Give me all the mountain villas, ski resorts, all of it. My heart resides in the mountains. It's like I have dual citizenship, mountain and city. Okay. But so she's at the chateau, zhuzhing it up with her family. And so that's happening. Congruently, parallel to that happening. We have Adam, who is PR of the chateau. He has called in his old college roommate, Jackson Lewis, played by Luke McFarlane. Shout out the homie, because he did his Thug Thizzle in Mistletoe Promise. That's my favorite movie he's been in. What more can you say? I mean, that movie was... Him and Jamie killed that movie. I need to see her in some more Hallmark movies. Hallmark, can we put Jamie in some more Hallmark movies? Can we do that? Can that be a thing? So he plays, Jackson Lewis, so he's coming in to help his old college roommate. And he hears someone playing on the piano. And he goes out, and who is it? But it's Margot. And so it begins. We find out Margot and Jackson used to have a little in college, and he remembers his family, her family remembers him. And so Jackson is like, oh my goodness. Adam is like, oh my goodness, why don't you ask her to be a part of the concert? We ain't got nobody. Everybody dropped out. Everybody's either injured, sick, broke, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We should get her in the concert. So he, tries to rendezvous with a cup of hot chocolate, and she ends up obliging. And they, throughout the course of them planning this concert, because what happens, she ends up helping him in the planning of this, and kind of the creative direction, if you will, of this concert. So while they're in the process of planning this concert and practicing for this concert, they're rekindling their friendship, while at the same time trying to find this critically acclaimed quartet that was a locally famous quartet that they want to bring back together and reunite for the purposes of this concert. And this concert is the first annual concert of the Chateau, so there is no precedence. There's nothing to draw from here. So they could really they're really setting the tone and the foundation for future Christmas concerts. So it is pretty important with how they present this concert. But that was pretty much it, y'all. I gotta grab my tea for this one, because Hallmark, I did not feel the chemistry at all in this movie, at all. I didn't believe Luke as a cellist. I didn't believe, I should use his character's name, Jackson, but I didn't believe Jackson as a cellist. I didn't believe that he wanted to be a department chair for the music department at his local university. I just didn't believe it. He's a better lawyer. That's all I got. I mean, what did you guys think? Did you guys? Was it just me? My friends saw it too. We were just like, I don't see it. No me gusta. Pero why? We didn't get it. That one gets 1 crown from me. Oh, it hurts as I say it. But I gotta give it 1 crown. Man. I Okay. And here is why I like this is what happened that I feel like is responsible for my rating for Jingle Bell Bride and Chateau Christmas. So, the first movie I watched was called Christmas at the Plaza. And y'all, that movie was the bomb.com / my goodness, have a holly jolly Christmas. That one, let me get their names right. Elizabeth Henstridge and Ryan Peavy or Pavey. I can't tell. Paevey. When I tell you I need both hands again. Upon first meet, boom, you can see the sparks. It's like flipping 4th of July. Do you hear me? You can see it when they first meet each other. And the tension was building. I mean, he was more forward than her, and she was already in a relationship. So I'm like, hold on, bro. Like, you gotta respect. You know what I'm saying? But, homie cleaned up well in the suit, though. Homie cleaned up well in a suit. That movie, the chemistry was so good. And I think I wanted the 2 other movies to kind of give me that, and they didn't. And that's probably why I rated it a little bit low, because I didn't believe it. But there are there's 2 other movies that I liked that I saw prior to Countdown to Christmas starting, that I found that same spark. And I watched these 2 on Hallmark Movies Now through Amazon Prime. So the first one is Christmas at Pemberley Manor, which features, I forget their real names, but it's a take on Pride and Prejudice, which I didn't realize, because I didn't read the book in college. I was an English major. How many English majors out there actually didn't read the work that they were assigned? Okay, I'm not the only one. Yeah, I didn't read all of my assigned material as an English major. And it's funny because I was taking all of these British literature classes because I think it was the British lit, my one Brit lit class that kind of opened my passion up for British literature. But yet, at the same time, I was just like, but I don't feel like reading this, though. So I didn't. So needless to say, I wasn't expecting Christmas at Pemberley Manor to mean Pride and Prejudice until, of course, I heard the name William Darcy, Elizabeth Bennet. And so he was filling her out the gate. And I love that they kept that. They kept that throughout the movie. You could tell that he was filling her from out the gate. You can tell that that's all. I love that they played on that. I would take that, and I love when there's like a genuine I don't like you though, which is what we get in the next movie, Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. And that has the homie Brandon, is it Penny? He's the one who plays a lot of chefs in movies. And I'm thinking, can he cook in real life? Because he's a caterer in this one now. And he's opposite Lacey Chabert, who's, Princess Hallmark. Because we know Candace is queen. I mean, come on. So, she is an investment broker, I think the proper term is. Needless to say, she travels back home, and she ends up having to co-plan a party, a function, an auction with this guy who was her high school nemesis. But they just, they got the feels for each other. And it was really cute. That movie was really cute. So I think, because, all of this precedence that I built, and then watching Jingle Bell Bride and Chateau Christmas was kind of like, but I want that, so, yeah, that's where we are. I love you, Hallmark. I will always love you. There's not much you can do to make me stop loving you. So I'm curious to see this coming weekend. We have one royal holiday because you know we gotta throw in a royal in there somewhere because we got the music one. Now we're gonna give you the royal one. Let's count how many music themed ones we're gonna have and how many royal themed ones. I hope we have quite a few. I would like to see a different variety of some royal ones. And I know there's not many ways you can spin it, but still, I'm curious. I would like to know. Is this our only royal one that we'll be getting the entire season and they're giving it to us on the second week? What? No, I need more, please, more. So, yes, one royal holiday. And it features the homie Aaron Veet or Teet, I don't know, Tveit. But I know him because he used to play on a series on USA called Graceland, which he did phenomenally in. Okay. And then the next movie is called The 12th Date of Christmas, which I don't recognize any of the actors, so that's good. Like new faces, same spaces, let's get it. So I am excited to see those two. One Royal Holiday will premiere Saturday at 8, and then it will be on the 12th date of Christmas. So I'm planning to do a review of these each week, churning them out for you because, like I said, I love Hallmark movies. I'm an avid movie watcher. And this will not just be for the Christmas season. Oh, no. Because you know Hallmark gives you winter movies, New Year's movies. You get Valentine's Day movies. You get spring movies. They're even starting to do some Irish movies for St. Patrick's Day. You'll get some summer festival movies. And you know you'll get your autumn fix. So I'm going to be here. I want you to be here. Let's nerd out on Hallmark movies together. And Hallmark, I love you. Sincerely, Dara. P.S. What did you guys think about these two movies? Did you watch them? Have you watched them? Am I bugging? Or was there kind of like a little bit of lack of chemistry between the characters with these movies? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys next week.